everyone, I hope y'all are having a great day, and today I want to talk about the Duff movie. I saw the Duff in theaters a few weeks ago, and I'm just now having the time to record my thoughts on it, but bottom line is, I liked the film. I liked it a lot. I thought it was so funny, and admittedly, it was so cliche. Lots and lots of cliches all over the place, but I don't mind the cliches as long as the movie's entertaining, and it was. I think I was laughing throughout 80% of the movie. I was constantly cracking up. I did read The Duff by Cody Keplinger, the source material, a few years back. It's been a really long time, so I don't remember the details of the book, but I do remember the overall plotline of the book, and it's nothing like the movie. The book by Cody Keplinger is about a girl named Bianca who is the Duff of her friends, the designated ugly fat friend, and she takes on this friends with benefits, enemies with benefits with this guy she really doesn't like named Wesley. And she has a lot of problems both with herself and in her family life, and the book definitely has a darker tone to it than the movie does. So they basically kept the characters' names and the title, The Duff, and they kind of just changed everything when they made the movie. Do I think The Duff is a good book to movie adaptation? No, I think it's a crap adaptation. However, do I think it's a good movie? Yes, I think it's a great movie. I would see it again. I loved the stars of the movie. Mae Whitman plays Bianca, which was, Mae Whitman is beautiful. The fact that Mae Whitman played Bianca Piper, you just had to suspend your disbelief, because in no universe would anybody look at Mae Whitman and think, yeah, she's the designated ugly fat friend. I thought the chemistry between Mae Whitman and Robbie Amell was really great. I loved when they were on screen together. They were really funny. I thought they bounced off each other really well. I thought the script was like a mixture of 70% actually funny and 30% what? I really liked Mae Whitman as Bianca. I thought she was fantastic, loved all of her delivery. I thought she was great. And I liked Robbie Amell as Wesley. It's a very, very, very different Wesley than in the book. All the characters are very, very different. But I really liked the playfulness he brought to the character. The other characters were all very flat and static. They didn't really develop. They were just kind of cardboard stereotypes, and they stayed that way throughout the whole film, especially Bella Thorne's character, Madison. Apparently Madison is not even a character from the book, and it's been so long since I read it that I didn't even realize that when I was watching the movie. But Bella Thorne's character doesn't exist in the book, and I think that she should have continued to not exist. I don't know why she was brought into the movie, because her lines were so stupid and her character was just completely unbelievable. I don't know, I thought that character should have been cut out because it did nothing for the film. Maybe they were like, okay, we have a Disney star in our hands, we have to incorporate her some way into the movie. Overall, I thought the movie was really great. I thought it was so funny. Robbie Amell and Mae Whitman did a fantastic job as the leads, and although the movie is just ridden with cliches, I thought they made it work pretty well. Before I go, I want to touch on the topic of fat shaming, because I've seen a few people talk about the Duff and fat shaming and whether the book or movie endorses those things. I can't really speak for the book because I really do not remember it. I'm sorry. I don't remember finding it particularly offensive on the fat shaming front, but then again, I was much younger when I read it and I wasn't exactly looking for those kinds of things like I do now when I read. However, I do want to give my 2 cents on the movie. I personally don't think that the movie endorses fat shaming or body shaming or anything like that, but I can see why people would think that it desensitizes it. The term the Duff, designated ugly fat friend, is of course a blatant endorsement of body shaming and fat shaming. However, just because that's what the title of the movie is doesn't mean that that's what the movie does as well, because I don't think the movie does that. In the movie, Bianca is told that she's the Duff, and she works out this little bargain with Wesley, like, I'll tutor you in science if you help me not to be a Duff. And when they do their makeover of Bianca, they really focus on the way she presents herself, like with her confidence, the way she approaches and talks to people, and also what she wears. She never feels like she has to drop 15 pounds to stop being the Duff. She doesn't think that if she sheds weight, she sheds the title. I don't think the movie really focuses on the body shaming, fat shaming part of the Duff. It's very much about confidence in the way you present yourself. Because the problem Bianca has is never really about her weight or her body shape, it's more about how she perceives herself and how she projects herself. And by the end of the movie, you realize that everybody is a Duff to somebody, so even the hottest person in the room is going to be a Duff in some kind of group in somebody's perspective. And if you take that a step further, if everybody is a Duff, doesn't that mean that nobody is a Duff? Because if everybody's extraordinary, that means nobody's extraordinary. That means everybody's just ordinary. So if everybody's a Duff to somebody, that means that there's no real Duff. By the end of the movie, the term Duff is useless. It means nothing anymore, which is good, because the Duff is a terrible term. Nobody should ever apply it to anybody. And the movie starts with everybody having like their own label, but by the end of the movie, do those labels even matter? They don't. So personally, I don't think that the movie perpetuates or endorses body shaming or fat shaming. But if you have a differing opinion, please feel free to leave me a comment on why you think that it does, and I would love to read it and broaden my perspective on this. I'm sure people who ardently think that the Duff does perpetuate body shaming don't think that it's something that you have an opinion on. It's very black and white. It does or doesn't. But I think perspectives can change. I think people really need to give the audience credit, and not just in this case, but in every single issue about a movie or a book. People need to give the audience more credit. If they take something out of this movie, it's definitely not going to be, wow, the Duff is a really cool term, I'm gonna start using that to call people because it's hilarious. No. Okay, so that's it for me. Those are my thoughts on the Duff movie. Please tell me what you thought. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know why. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and happy reading. Goodbye!